Dear students, you might be wondering what is there in my hands. Well, this is known as rectangular glass slab. You can see that all its faces are pretty much rectangular. You have studied about this in the chapter Light also. Glass slab is known for producing optical illusions called refraction of light. You want to see how? Actually, what happens? Glass slab provides you interface between optically rarer medium and optically denser medium. The light enters from air. It is entering from air to glass, rarer medium to denser medium, and then what happens? It comes out from denser medium to rarer medium again. So it has basically suffered two refractions. First refraction takes place over here from air to glass, from rarer to denser, and that refraction is something which is bending the light towards the normal. And then what happens? It comes out from glass to air again, from here. And what happens? The light is coming from denser medium to rarer medium, isn't it? So it is showing you the refraction where the light is bending away from the normal. So these are the two refractions shown by rectangular glass slab. So now there are many characteristics that are associated with this refraction. See how? Suppose this is a light ray which is incident on one face of the glass slab. So the point where the light ray is incident, you can draw a normal there. Of course, yes. So since light is coming from air to glass, so what is going to happen? It will bend towards the normal. And then what is going to happen? Since this light ray has again striked here, and now it is just about to come out from a denser medium glass. It's a denser medium inside glass, and it's coming out in air. So what is going to happen? It is going to bend away from the normal like this. So what you can see, that this was the incident ray and this is the angle of incidence, and this is the emergent ray and this is the angle of emergence. So now what you can figure out, that though the light ray has deviated a lot, in fact it has laterally deviated, but these two light rays are parallel to each other. Like incident light ray is parallel to the emergent ray, that you can of course see. Okay, so what happens? We have to study refraction through a rectangular glass slab. I'll show you how the refraction happens. You need to see that there are many light rays which are incident on this glass slab. You need to choose one of them. So how can you go about it? Just decide the path of the light ray over here, which is incident on this glass slab. And once you have picked up the light ray whose refraction you are going to look upon, then what you are going to do? You are going to bend down and you are going to view the same light ray from here. Like as an example, I'll show you. Suppose this is some light ray. Okay, this is the path of the light ray. If you're going to keep it like this, and then you're going to view it from the second surface, you can see the image of the sketch which is emerging from this face of the glass slab. Yeah, so that's what you're going to do here also. So you need to pick one light ray and you need to see its path from the second face of the glass slab. How will we go about it? We can choose pins to our rescue. Suppose I have fixed one pin here, and then suppose I fix the second pin here, so that this is my incident light ray. So now what am I going to do? I am going to view these two pins by bending down and looking from this surface, this one, and then I'll see in which straight line these two pins are appearing to me, right? And then I'll fix two more pins in that same straight line only. Just give me a second. So this is the experiment that I've done. You can see that this was the incident light ray and this is the emergent light ray. Okay, because you chose this light ray as the incident one. But then you saw the light ray, incident light ray, as this from the second face of the rectangular glass slab. So rectangular glass slab has shown you the optical illusion, and according to that optical illusion, this is the emergent ray. So can you see that for sure the light rays have been deviated a lot, but still they hold, still they lie parallel to each other. Well, this was all about a glass slab, a rectangular glass slab, but now I'm going to show you something very similar and yet very different. So this is known as a glass prism, a triangular glass prism. So you can see that it has got two triangular faces. This is face number 1, triangular face number 1, and this is triangular face number 2. And then we have a rectangular face number 1, rectangular face number 2, and rectangular face number 3. So this stuff has got 2 triangular faces and 3 rectangular faces. So now I told you that it's very similar yet very different from this, which is a rectangular glass slab. Now rectangular glass slab, of course, first point of difference is their shapes are different. Its all faces are pretty much rectangular, and its 2 faces are triangular and 3 faces are rectangular. And then what is the similarity between the two? They both show us 2 refractions. For example, if this is a prism, the light enters from here to here inside the prism. So the light is going from air to glass, from rarer medium to denser medium. So of course it is going to bend towards the normal, and then when light comes here, enters here inside the prism, and then it emerges from this portion. It enters from here, emerges from here. आपको पता कैसे चलेगा? Just place 2 pins over here and then try to see those 2 pins from this surface, and the position where you will be able to see that, you just place 2 more pins in the straight line to those 2 positions, and then when you will actually see, you will not see from here now, you will see that you were facing an optical illusion. आपको जो straight line यहाँ से दिख रही थी वो actually में straight line है ही नहीं. So this happens. This optical illusion is refraction. So anyway, so this is the similarity between both of them, that they both show us 2 refractions, from rarer to denser when light enters, and then when light comes out from denser to rarer. Similarly, light enters from rarer to denser and then denser to rarer. वैसे तो लाइट कैन एंटर फ्रॉम एनी फेस, एंड बिकॉज यू कैन नॉट बाइंड लाइट, ओके, you cannot take hold of light. But what happens, light rays are actually entering from every position. It's just the human eye which is viewing one particular face. Like I chose this face to view the refraction. You can see. Can you see the the magnified stuff? I have drawn something here, but it is somehow magnified due to this slab, and its path is changed. That's true. So this is refraction through a rectangular glass slab. But now our target is to discuss about prism. Now, how does a prism show refraction? So again the same thing. This is the incident light ray that is shown with the help of pins, and then it's kept here. Then what you can do, now you have to see these two pins from this surface. You'll bend that side and now you'll try to see these two pins from this surface, and the positions where you'll see that in the straight line to it you have to fix two more pins. So that I'm going to do, just give me a second. Okay, eventually I have got to see that position. Yes, okay, I found that. Okay, I've done that. Just a second. Can you see the deviation? This was the position of the prism. Like this, randomly I'm drawing to show you. And this was the incident light ray, and this is the emergent light ray. Again I'll show you this thing. Just give me a second. Incident light ray. Let me draw the emergent light ray once again with the new position of the prism. See what you can do, you can always forget your position of prism, so you can draw a boundary line so that you always know where you had placed the prism. You can always draw a boundary line like this. Now I am again fixing the incident light ray, and they should be well separated, because right now when I was doing the experiment I could not spot out the second pin. Fine, they should be well separated, and then again after drawing the boundary you should be seeing these two pins from here. Okay, so the experiment is done. Basically, I placed two pins here which were giving me the path of incident ray, and then I had to see those two pins from here, from this face, and then I had to place two more pins like this. Okay, so this is the position of those two pins that I had placed, and can you see that this is the incident ray and this is the emergent ray, and how badly a prism deviates the incident ray. See, in a rectangular glass slab also the refraction was there, the deviation was there. In fact, two refractions were there just like the glass prism, but the ray which emerged was pretty much parallel to the incident ray. But here this is not the case. Emergent ray, which is shown by black color, that this emergent ray is not parallel to incident ray, which is shown in red. So what does this show? That this is the refraction through a glass prism. Let us study in details what actually has happened here. So this was a prism, and this was some incident ray. I can choose any path, incident ray. And when the incident ray went from air to glass, it was moving from optically rarer medium to optically denser medium. And this is the normal. So the light ray will bend towards the normal. like this. Now when it is again incident on this face, and of course you can draw a normal to this face also, but now it will be coming out from denser to rarer medium. And how can we go about it? It will be away from the normal. It will be away from the normal, like this. So it's a kind of two refractions taking place. So this is the explanation for the refraction through a prism. And when you will join these two normals, you're going to get, see, I'll tell you what is the angle of deviation and what is the angle of prism. So the angle of prism is this, angle A. And what is the angle of deviation? When this light ray and this light ray are back produced to see their original paths, this was the original path and this is the deviated path, the angle which will be coming in between both of them, that will be known as delta. This delta is angle of deviation through which the light ray has deviated through its path after passing through a triangular glass prism. These are the two refractions through a glass prism, and this was the rectangular glass slab. Difference क्या है दोनों में? उसमें क्या होता है? Incident light ray is parallel to emergent ray, and here incident light ray is not parallel to emergent ray. And what is the similarity between both of them? That both of them show us two refractions, one from rarer to denser and the other from denser to rarer. And one more thing that I should discuss in this video only, that is dispersion of white light by a glass prism. White light is sunlight. So what happens when sunlight is incident over this face of the glass prism, and if you will view that sunlight from here, you can take a prism, and what you need to do, you need to take it and you need to stand in sunlight, proper sunlight, and then what you can do, just see that if the sunlight is incident from here and you're viewing it from here, the white light will be appearing, to be dissociated into 7 colors which are known as Vibgyor: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. So, and Vibgyor follows the sequence like this is your prism, this is sunlight, and after deviation it splits up into 7 colors. The first color from bottom is violet and the last color is red. So it's Vibgyor. Clear?